This is honestly important. This is the thing. If I lived in Australia or Kansas or Nebraska or Ireland, wherever you're listening to this, and I didn't know these actual people involved, and I read this, that Melissa cheated, there's no way that I would believe, I would say 0%. I watched the TV and Joe and Melissa are like the couple, one of the couples that's going to make it. Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin. Do you know what I'm saying? I would never, ever, ever believe this because I don't know this Tom person that you mentioned. Well, guess what? I actually do know Tom. Yes, I actually do know Nick. Now, let me also drop a footnote. When I say no, I do not mean friends. I do not mean I know your innermost thoughts. I have met Tom, Nick, all these people multiple times. That is enough for this situation. I can tell you 100% that when Melissa goes out and does things, there's an opening at Fresco by Scotto where he does PR, or Melissa's doing press. Tom is there, and so is Nick. So when Laura tells you, like you just said, that Melissa and Tom and Nick are out in New York City in a black car at night, that happens all the time. I know this for a fact. So right. If I was anywhere else in the world and Melissa cheated, Nick, no one's going to remember Nick's name from this. Right. I hate to be mean to Laura. No one's going to talk about Laura in six. Like that's just how it works. But so I wouldn't believe it either. Like this is what you don't realize, Kim. We are so in the know that if it doesn't happen on the TV, all this chatter, people don't even realize there's a Laura or a Nick that the masses are watching. So I would never believe it. Melissa Gorga would never do this.
Oh, it is going to come out on TV. It is going to come out.
You think this is going to be on the show?
Because it was on the finale.
Yes, it was on the finale. You're right. So but because I know these people, this is where now you're sitting here telling me that Laura told you that it was this Tom person that saw this. That's what you're telling me.
That's what Margaret told her.
That's right. So, okay, back up. So Tom told Margaret that he saw this, and Margaret
told
Laura that I heard this from Tom, that Tom was there and saw this.
Okay, and by the way, this happened around 3 years ago when Nick was not engaged. He was only engaged. He wasn't married. It was over there. So this story has been lingering for 3 years. Okay. And so he was not married. He was possibly engaged. It was about 3 years ago. Because I asked her, when the hell did this happen? She goes, around 3 years ago. She goes, and Margaret has brought this up on numerous occasions. This was not Margaret just saying one time to Laura, by the way. This was a continuous conversation between the two of them here and there, girl talk.
So let's just start back at the scene of the crime. This Tom person, according to Laura, according to Margaret, I guess, he's PR. He works for Margaret. To the best of my knowledge, he works allegedly. I mean, I've seen it. He works for Margaret, Jackie, Melissa. So he's with Melissa and Nick, and he sees this. And he's working for Melissa. There was a paycheck from Melissa Gorga. And if you work for Margaret, unless you're doing it for free, we all know how it works, to build up your business. So you see this, and now you're telling Margaret what you saw about your other employer, right? You work for Margaret and Melissa. So if you see this, you have a conversation with your employer. I don't want to be fired, and I didn't see anything, and I don't want to know about it. You don't go and tell your other employer that knows her, right? I mean, I agree. Am I wrong?
You're 1,000% right.
So this isn't David being blindly loyal to Margaret. I'm just saying, wherever in someone's mind they want to think something went wrong, this little shit that sees it and then tells Margaret, why are you repeating this? And you're telling me it happened 3 years ago. I mean, you tell my secret to anybody, you're fired. You're fired. Yeah. So, I mean, is he bribing Melissa? I'm just asking, how is this?
Well, listen, employed? again, we can make our own opinions. This is all hearsay.
It's all hearsay.
All hearsay. Oh, this is all alleged. It's alleged that Tom, it's alleged that Melissa, it's alleged that Nick, it's alleged But one thing I do believe, I believe that Margaret told Laura this story. I just don't, she said it was Tom. Maybe Tom told one of her assistants. I don't, you know what I mean? It was never, I never pressed Laura, which I will, my new best friend. I will press her as to, did Tom directly call Margaret? That's the one question I did not ask. He might have told one of her, another assistant. He told somebody who told Margaret, you know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll get to that. That'll be next week's. I'll have that info for next week.
But knowing him, I mean, his best friend is Nick. Go on their
Yes.
Instagram. This is his best friend.
I know, his best friend.
So I believe that, I mean, if Laura's telling you that, I believe that he is, I mean, that's the thing. Why is the whole world worrying about Margaret and Teresa? This is like,
No, I don't think
why isn't anyone asking if Margaret didn't see this? Who saw this? Who
Yeah.
actually apparently saw this? And I'm
Right.
telling you, in my opinion, now that Laura tells you this, 100% it was this little shit.
Yeah, Tom saw it. It's just a matter of who he told that told Margaret. Did he tell Margaret direct, or did he tell one of her assistants? We don't know. That I don't know for sure. So
And why
we'll
are
come
you
back.
still working for Melissa? Is Melissa running scared of you 3 years later that you
I
have
don't
this
know.
secret? And because if you told my shit to someone else,
Oh
especially,
my God.
like,
Oh my
listen,
God.
and I have to say this, although I think that Jennifer Aiden is the tackiest housewife in the history of housewives, although I do not miss her friendship, nor would I take her back as a friend if she got on all her hands and knees and blew me. I have to, because everyone thinks we're team this, team that. We're not.
No.
I give you credit. I hate Jennifer Aiden as a human being. I know you don't like to hate people. Fine. I want nothing to do with her, but I give a fair analysis. So everyone, Jennifer handled everything with Bill the exact right way. Yeah, I did it.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she
So
did.
wait, we're gonna make this a storyline? No. We're not. No, I did it. Sorry, Bill. Your shit's on TV. Admit it, because it's true. So
Yeah.
Melissa, I mean, if this little shit Tom is there with something over her head for 3 years, I would have been like, get your fucking shit. Don't ever come in this house again. Right? And like Joe Gorga and I, now you're breaking up again, so gotta move wherever. But I would have been like,
Melissa could never admit this.
I would have admitted it though. I would have been like, we gotta put this out there because like,
yeah, you know, listen, I'm here.
You're there, but it's a bad connection. You better move back to where you were. No one could hear a word you're saying, Kim.
She